There were reports that were surfacing that your administration is planning to pay illegal immigrants who are separated from their families at the border up to $450,000 each. Do you think that that might incentivize more people to come over illegally?
If you guys keep sending that garbage out, yeah, but it's not true.
So this is a garbage report?
Yeah.
President Biden may have insisted reports his administration was going to pay migrant families separated at the border was, quote, garbage, but now he's changing his tune.
You said last week that this report about migrant families at the border getting payments was garbage.
No, I didn't say that. Let's get it straight. Now, here's the thing.
Sure.
If, in fact, because of the outrageous behavior of the last administration, you coming across the border, whether it was legal or illegal, and you lost your child, it's gone, you deserve some kind of compensation, no matter what the circumstance.
Here to react, retiring acting ICE director and Fox News contributor Tom Homan. Tom, so the Biden administration is now arguing over the amount of money, but they still maintain that this Trump-era policy is worthy of compensating people who came here illegally because of the trauma of having their children separated from them. What say you?
What color is the sky in his world? When he says outrageous behavior of the Trump administration, let's be clear. What the Trump administration did, and I was a part of the Trump administration, what we did was enforce the law, which the Biden administration should try, and they would have a secure border. We enforced the laws as enacted by Congress, and that resulted in a 40-year low in illegal immigration. Illegal immigration was down 83%. How many lives are saved? How many women weren't raped by the cartels? How many children didn't die? How many pounds of fentanyl didn't come to this country and kill our young people? The Trump administration enforced the law, gave him the most secure border this nation has ever had. The only outrageous behavior I see is we have the first president ever in the history of this nation, in Joe Biden, who came into office and intentionally unsecured the most secure border we've ever had as a nation. Who does that? Who unsecures the border, which has resulted in a record number of illegal immigration this past year, a historic number. Record number of fentanyl killed over 90,000 young Americans. The COVID had come across this border. Cartels are making billions of dollars. This was outrageous behavior. President Trump did his job, and those that worked for President Trump did nothing but our job and enforce the law.
Yeah, I mean, this policy of compensating, I don't care if it's $500,000 or $200,000, it doesn't appear to be popular, not just with Republicans, but also Democrats and independents. What do you think is the political calculation that they're making, especially during a time of such economic turmoil in America right now?
Well, first of all, you don't pay someone who broke your laws. Let's understand, these migrants were separated because they broke the law. They entered the country illegally, which is a crime. U.S. citizen families get separated every day by law enforcement when a parent is arrested and prosecuted. They want a different set of rules. So let me ask you this question. President Biden, how much money are you going to give to angel moms and dads whose children were separated from them forever because these parents buried their children because they're killed by illegal aliens? How much money do they get? How much money, and let's remember, the angel moms and dads weren't committing any crimes. They lost your children, though, forever.
No,
how much we don't give to families of fentanyl overdose and 90,000 young children that die because the fentanyl comes across that border because of Biden's incompetence in opening that border? How much are they going to get in their permanent separation from their children?
Well, I think a lot of Americans are asking that question, Tom. Let me ask you another question, because we're just learning that there are, or at least the governor of Florida is saying that there were about 70 secret flights in recent months coming into Florida. They're saying that the officials were not told who was overseeing the flight. Florida officials were not told who was on the flight or where they were being taken to once they got off the flight. What do you make of this? What's happening?
It's a continuation of the Biden administration lying to the American people. Just like when the secretary gets up on stage, every time he gets on a stage, he says the border's closed, it's secure. He stood in Del Rio saying, Haitians, you're going to be deported. In the meantime, he knew that 15,000 being walked out the door. Then when Chris Wallace interviewed him, he says, well, they were released, were they not? Yeah, but they're in immigration proceedings. But if you look into that, they're not in immigration proceedings. They're released with a notice to report. It's a continuation of the lies. They're hiding the truth from the American people.
Tom, I only have a couple seconds left. I just want a quick answer from you. What is the end game? Why are they doing this?
Open borders. This is what the president ran on. He sold out to progressives. This is open borders. This is what we have.
All right. Tom Homan, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.